Alright travelers, as some of you might already know, and for those who haven't heard, Secret Level a while back made an episode about Exodus called Odyssey, where you follow Mari and Nick Hansen, where we get to see multiple different worlds, more of the Celestials, as some of the technology of Exodus. The episode also displays the effects of time dilation in the game. I thought that the episode was very cool. It is a 12-minute short story that feels both well written, well made, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Both the feel and the vibe of it almost reminded me of when I played Mass Effect for the first time. It had that kind of sense of wonder to it, just like Mass Effect did back in the day. You follow Mari, a young girl that runs away with a traveler, and also Nick, her father, who goes on a journey to find her. Throughout the journey of Nick and Mari, we get to see a lot of interesting things from the world of Exodus. It shows a traveler named Ref Sabatine and his ship. The ship very much bears a resemblance to the Osprey, which is an aerodynamic dropship that can land on the surface of a planet or moon, and it is designed to be tough, since they can be targets of planetary defenses or hostile ground forces, and they are carried by larger spacecraft such as the Cormorant class ships. The Osprey class is of human technology and is frequently used by travelers, and I wonder if you as a fresh traveler in the galaxy will not start with a similar or potentially same model, and from there maybe gain access to a new and more advanced ship as you progress in the story. We also get to see several worlds in the episode that I suspect will be present in the game. Two of these worlds are Scotia, which is a former celestial world that has been reduced to a radioactive hellhole, probably from a great war or a natural catastrophe. What is important about this world is that it contains celestial tech, and that travelers often seem to go there in hopes of finding said tech. And it is quite possible that you as a player might go there in the game for similar reasons. Then we have Melayu, which much like Lydon, which is the homeworld of the Aslan family, is the homeworld of the Sabatine family. And this is just speculation on my part, but there seems to be a common theme throughout the world of Exodus that various planets are governed by families of travelers, or at the very least that these families have enormous political power and influence. This is kind of backed up by the short story Controlling Interest on the official website. The episode also features some of the Celestials, specifically the Crown Celestials, otherwise known as the Imperial Celestials of the Crown Domain, which are the oldest of the Celestials in the galaxy. In this scene here, Nick offers himself to the Celestials in indentured servitude in one of their indentured human squads in hopes of finding out more about Mari. This displays the current relation between the Celestials and the humans. To them, we are barely more than animals, primitive, backwards, and inferior, not good for anything but servitude. This seems to be the same Celestial that we see in the official reveal trailer. I believe that it is possible that we will encounter it in the game, as it seems to be an important character in the story. Lastly, you can also see the effect of time dilation in full display in this episode. And while it can seem a little bit confusing with Mari aging faster than her to begin with older father, it is, as I understand it, not that complicated. They both travel in different ships at different speeds with a different amount of stops for each of them, with Mari often spending years on a planet and then leaving just before Nick shows up looking for her. If I'm not mistaken, Nick basically travels at light speed more often than her, so he spends a higher percentage of time in transit where time is dilated and as a result ages slower to those looking from the outside, and therefore stays younger than his now older daughter. If you are interested in Exodus and haven't watched the secret level episode, I highly recommend watching it. The episode manages to capture the same feeling in a way that I had when I played Mass Effect for the first time, or the same feeling as when I read one of my favorite books. I can't really put my finger on what it is, but if this is even the slightest indicator on how good the game will be, then Exodus could, with an emphasis on could, be not just the next big game or game of the year, but possibly the game of the century, provided of course that everything goes smooth and that Wizards stay out of the studio's way. As always, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you have something to share or noticed some detail that I missed, you are welcome to share in the comments. Until next time, traveler.